but we are not cooking today. We are drinking, and we are drinking because Biggie is barking. Apparently somebody is at the door. He'll calm down in a minute. Amazon, who knows? But we are not drinking, or we are not cooking, we are drinking. You would think I've already had a few, but I haven't. So I'm really happy to welcome you. We are making Chef Ariane Resnick's fabulous drink that we've talked about in the past called Cute in Coral. And I'm really excited to do it because there's so many different ways to make this drink that I think as cooks we can adjust in some ways to help with our cooking style and also to help with figuring out exactly what to do and how to do it in the kitchen and using our intuition in order to change things on the fly, which is one of the things I believe more than anything else is that we need to change things on the fly, and that helps us really adjust things to make them better for us and for our family. So let's get started. I wanted to, hey there, I don't know who's joining us. Give me a 1 so I know who you are. There is someone who just joined in. I'd love to say hello to you. I'm not sure who it is. I give everybody just a brief minute to come in and to say hello. I also am getting ready to go on a week's vacation, and I think I'm truly excited about it, mostly because who's been on vacation in the last year? Not so many of us, right? And getting that time away is just really inspiring me, and I have not planned to be on the air with all of you except for Tuesday, but I know me and you know me, and I love you all so much that chances are I'm not going to be able to stay away for all too long. So don't be surprised if I pop on other than Tuesday just to say hello. So with that, let's get started. So what I've done is I've turned on this kettle on the burner, and what we're going to do is we're going to make simple syrup, because if you've read through this recipe, it calls for 12 raspberries, 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of vanilla syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, a dash of lemon extract, which I do not have, and I went to the grocery store today to find it and I could not find it, and then a lemon wedge for garnish, so who doesn't have that? So the key to simple syrup is that it is a recipe that is 1-on-1, meaning it's very easy to make, but it is 1 cup water to 1 cup sugar. So there's all kinds of ways to differentiate that. If you want a thicker syrup, you want a sweeter syrup, you can do 2 to 1. You can use honey, you can use maple syrup in place of the regular sugar. Most of this I'm going to throw away, and I probably won't drink as much of the simple syrup because I am in a no sugar zone. So I will have no problem with throwing this away when I am done after the show. But it is a 1/2 cup of water in here and a 1/2 cup of sugar is what I'm starting with, because this is only 3/4 of an ounce, and so it doesn't make sense to do 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, unless you're going to keep it for making more drinks a little bit later on. So I'm just going to turn this up. The key to making simple syrup is to not bring the hot water to a boil. You just want to make it nice and hot. I can see some steam coming off of it. Let's let it warm up just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And we are just going to put that sugar right in. There we go. Now the key also to this is to not stir it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to mill it around just a little bit and just wait for that sugar to dissolve. Don't bring it to a boil. The key to this is do not bring this to a rolling boil, because when you do, it overcooks it. And who wants to overcook their simple syrup, right? So mine is almost dissolved. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit. There we go. That's it. I wanted to do more close-up shots today, so that's why I'm using the iPhone instead of the laptop. There you go. So you can see now that the sugar is very well dissolved. I'm going to let it just cook down just a little bit. I don't want it to come to a boil, and it's starting to bubble, so off it goes. And I am going to just turn and just keep swirling this as the heat goes away. And there you have it. There's your simple syrup. Now this simple syrup when you make it, the vanilla syrup called for a vanilla bean and a little bit of vanilla extract. So here is my hack for using vanilla beans. Number one, vanilla beans are very, very expensive. Here they are. Here's one with a Madagascar vanilla in it. Let me show you, if you haven't seen, what a vanilla bean looks like. Oop. They come encased in a Ziploc bag inside the jars, most of them, so that they stay nice and soft, which this one has. And here is the bean. Let me pull it out. I think the hardest part of this recipe is getting the vanilla bean out of the piece of plastic. So hang in there with me just a minute. All right, there it is. So this is a vanilla bean, if you've not seen one before. And when it calls for the beans of a vanilla strand or a vanilla bean, the scrapings of a vanilla bean, what you're going to do is you're going to slice it down the middle, and then you're going to scrape it out with your knife. And you just go very slow, make sure it's on a hard surface when you do it, and then you're going to dump that vanilla bean seeds, the scrapings, right into your simple syrup. But my hack for that is this right here. This is Nielsen and Massey, and this is vanilla bean paste. And the really great thing about this, let me just grab a knife here really quickly and show you, is that in this paste right here is actually tons and tons and tons of vanilla beans. Can you see that? See all the vanilla beans in there? So basically you can use this in place of vanilla extract, but if you're wanting to put the scrapings of a bean in there, the cost is far less by using this. So we're gonna scrape this, and you use the exact same amount. So this calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So I'm just gonna pull this right out with the knife and basically put into this pot 2 teaspoons. There we go. Hey Lucy, hey Cynthia, you're gonna try to make simple syrup with local honey for the blood orange. That's awesome. So I think I'm just gonna pour like you would right out of here. There you go. And what we're gonna do is just swirl that around until it gets encapsulated and hacked right into, gotta dry my finger off there. I'm scraping it in. And probably a whisk would be better, but you can see, and it smells heavenly, right? Because sugar and anything sweet and vanilla, anything vanilla is just my all-time favorite. And this is just heavenly. But this is a great hack. It's less expensive than the vanilla beans. It's easier to work with, and you will always have those little flecks of the scrapings of your vanilla bean right into whatever it is you're making. And in this, can you see it a little bit? I'm not sure if I can. Hey there. Okay, there we go. Hey there, Sue Plattner. Thanks for joining us. I'm trying to get this into the shot so that you can see it. Anyway, there's flecks of the vanilla scrapings all in there. So with that, let me fill this with ice and let's get started. There we go. So if you remember when we had Flo Vinger on the show, which she was just so great, so fun, so energetic, so everything, right? She said, do not use chipped ice because it melts too quickly and it waters down your vodka. Always use ice that is 100% full and whole. So, okay, let me, this is my shaker right here. It has a built-in drain in it. And we are gonna, first thing we're gonna do is we're going to pour the ice right into the shaker. Then we are gonna take what calls for 12 raspberries. Now, I don't know how many of you brought your favorite person to have a cocktail with at the end of a long week. Mine is upstairs in a Zoom meeting, so I'm hoping he makes it down in time. But, you know, I am only going to put about 4 raspberries in here because we're gonna be pouring through the, hey Teresa, I had a feeling you were gonna show up for Cocktail Thursday. Hey Greg Solomon, so happy to see you. Happy to have you here. So I'm going to leave the rest of the strawberries out because you cannot pour strawberries through the sieve of a cocktail shaker. So we've got the 12 raspberries, 2 ounces of vodka, and I am using the Ving vodka which is the fantastic infused kale, lemon peel, and cucumber. I really love the taste of this. And since we're doing strawberries and vanilla, and this already, oh, it didn't have any berries, okay. Well, let me tell you, my grocery store did not have any lemon extract, which I thought was really interesting. I went specifically to a chain store rather than Whole Foods, and there was no lemon extract, but I have a hack for that, so we'll get to it in a minute. So we are going to, if you've got anything, do you have frozen strawberries in your freezer? That could work. So 2 ounces of vodka. Stephen is flying. Don't tell me that. You know how I feel about that. Okay. And here is another ounce. So 2 ounces of vodka. I'm using, again, the Bing vodka. There we go. And after that, we are going to use 3/4 of an ounce of the vanilla syrup. So let me find my same shaker right here. Good to see you, Marla. Good to see you, Greg. I hope the family is well. I hope you had a great Passover, and I hope all is going well for you in the upper Michigan area where you are. And we sure miss you here in Las Vegas, I can tell you that. I love it when old friends come on. Okay, please give my love to Erica and your daughter. Okay, so this is 3/4 of an ounce of vanilla, and it's warm. So it's melting that ice, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. So I have already squeezed the lemon juice for you. Yeah, take your frozen strawberries, Teresa, stick them in the microwave, mush them up a little bit so that they look like raspberries, and I think you're going to be completely fine. 3/4 of an ounce of the fresh lemon juice, and this is where it calls for a dash of lemon extract. And I'll tell you what I'm going to hack instead. I am going to grate some lemon zest into the drink after I pour it out. So let me just show you how I'm going to do that, because I think that the purpose of the lemon extract was to give it just a really heavy lemon flavor, and I think that the zest would actually do it. So let me move this out of my way. And I did post the recipe, so did all of you get it? I just want to make sure all of you did see the recipe so that you could go out and get what you needed today. So we're going to shake it up. Let me not stir it up, but let's shake it up. Let's give it a real good shake. They shake for 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is longer than you think it is. So I can feel it really icing up. So you know that you've shaken it or shaken it long enough when the top starts to feel as cold as the bottom, right? And when you feel that, and your hand starts to freeze on both ends of your shaker, and look how frosted up that is. Isn't that fabulous? So off goes the top. We're going to take our drink, and look at, oh my gosh, it's got, you know, the raspberries got all shaken up. I guess I could have used a martini glass. So let me tell you what I think was meant to happen here. I think what was meant to happen is that the 12 raspberries in here were meant to get really crushed up. I feel like I want to try it again. So I'm going to do it one more time, because I think that the intent of this, when I see how pink this is, because I did not make it before you all got here like I do most everything else. So let's see. I'm going to just take a handful of these raspberries and throw them in, because I really believe that Ariane's intent was then to make it nice and pink. So let's shake again and really go through this. And of course, with your strawberries, Teresa, you can do the same thing. So with all this ice, yep. Oh, and maybe a muddle, although the recipe did not call for it to be muddled. So because I had my new pestle and mortar that I was going to use, that I've only done cumin in, and I was thinking, how do I get the cumin taste out of that? But it didn't call for it. Okay, so now let's see. There we go. Look at that. Look at the beautiful red color. And so I think that was her intent. That's why you throw it all into the shaker. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, if you want to garnish with a raspberry too inside the glass and a lemon wedge, oh my gosh, this is really beautiful. Look at that. Wow. It's still coming. Okay, Shake it out. All right. Now we will take 2 raspberries into the glass, and we're going to get a lemon wedge or lemon wheel. Let's do that right over here. And Cynthia says, oh, I just wanted to show you this little gift that Brenda got for me. It says, cocktail hour, spread love like butter with Nanny Bubby. And I'm sorry that that is backwards. Facebook was not able to transition. Most of the time, everything reads correctly, but it was not working today. You know, Facebook, Instagram, they have their issues. They're like human beings. Every day, you never know what you're going to find, what kind of mood it's going to be in. So isn't that great? I just adore this. So yes. Okay, so let's get a lemon wheel. There we go. And cut this wheel. I think it needs to be a little thicker to stay stuck on the edge of the glass. There we go. And there you go. How do you like that? Isn't that beautiful? It really is. It's just, it's so refreshing. It's like the perfect drink for summer. So I'll taste it. The lemon wheel is in smushing my nose here. You can taste the vanilla. It's interesting because with the lemon, you worry that maybe the sweetness of that vanilla might be just too much with the lemon, but it's not at all. And just going back to the lemon extract, I forgot one thing, so let's get to that. I'm gonna grab this zester, if you will. Let me show you. And I think this would look really pretty if what we did is got some zest. And I think the intent of that lemon extract was to just give some great lemon flavor. So we put a little bit of lemon zest right into the glass. Let me see if you can see that. Can you see that? Just a little bit, just floating on top. So you've got the raspberry, the lemon zest that we're using in place of the lemon extract because we couldn't find it today. So when you can't find things, you've got to get creative and figure out how you're going to hack it. And so now let's taste it. Now, honestly, that was amazing because there was a real bite. Hi, Laura Grau. How are you? Happy Thursday. It's my Friday because, as you know, I'm leaving town tomorrow. But yes, so hacking the lemon zest as opposed to a lemon extract, which apparently they don't sell anymore in the store, really gave it a strong, strong taste. And in fact, in that swallow, because it all floats on top, I actually nearly drank, you know, it all went into my mouth. So that tells me that when you do zest on top, you probably need to use quite a bit. So that's it for today. It's beautiful, and I really am toasting all of you. I cannot tell you how much each and every one of you being here and just enjoying talking and chatting each other, you know, the joke meisters that everybody is, how much you have enriched my life. And I am telling you, I am, you know, a little bit verklempt about not being here for the week. I'm telling you honestly. And if I know me, I will probably find good excuses to pop on and to chat with you. And if I find anything really interesting in Southern California that I think that you all should know about, because it would be great for whatever it is that we're doing, you can bet that I'm going to come on and chat it along with you and tell you all about it. But for now, I'm definitely going to miss all of you. Thank you so much, Teresa. And promise me you will all be back. So a week from Friday, I will be doing Channel 8, and I'm going to be doing the spatchcock sticky mango chicken that I invented, basically, for last Sunday's Passover and Easter dinner for everybody. And I served it, of course, with the hummus and the muhammara and the pea spread. But I do want to just reflect back. I know it's hard for me. Like my husband always says, that, you know, you give a Jewish goodbye. Every goodbye with you is 25 minutes. And it's true, because I just tried to say goodbye to you guys and then I had another thought. But I just want to tell you, that salmon last night, and I did post a picture, that salmon last night was delicious. But here's the thing. do not use 2 Fresno chilies in that dish. I mean, I guess if you live in the Middle East and you're used to spicy, okay, use your 2 Fresno chilies, but I'm not kidding you. The 3 of us took one bite of that salmon and we looked like a cartoon. The steam was coming out of our ears, and I let the seeds stay in. So they say don't let your seeds get into your sauces if you're sensitive or you don't particularly care for, hot food, because that was as hot as anything I have ever experienced. It was like I literally, honestly, don't tell anybody, had to take my Perrier and like tilt it up and then let my tongue hang out of my mouth into the Perrier, trying to cool it off. And I know that any kind of dairy or milk product will cool off your tongue, but we don't have any in the house. And so, because we're trying to delete the house from everything before we leave. And so, yeah, it was a scene, I'm telling you, but it absolutely was delicious. So look that up. It's Yotam Odolongi's spicy tomato sauce, or tomato spicy salmon, and it was absolutely delicious. So cheers to all of you. My gratitude to all of you for enriching my life. So promise me you'll be back when I get back, because I will miss you so much. And cheers. See you soon. And remember, all together now, go out and spread love like butter. Bye, everybody. Cheers.